What is up? And welcome back to another episode of the Girl Gainz podcast. I'm Amber P.
I'm Alexis Nicole.
And we're going to do some chit chatting today. I'm sure everyone has seen on Instagram in the bodybuilding world, particularly in the fit model and bikini world, all the news about pro bikini girlies dropping down to fit model. So we're going to share our thoughts on that. First, Alexis, we're 5 weeks out now, right?
Yes, 5 weeks out today.
Awesome. If I feel like, you probably don't feel like it's going fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last week or 2 weeks has felt like it's going fast. Um, it's like close, but not close.
Yeah. I feel like this has been the longest January ever. I don't know.
Yes, tomorrow's the last day.
Yeah. All right. So, y'all know we have Fit Model. When this division was first announced, it was, I feel like, pretty shocking. I mean, at least it was shocking to me because I didn't think anything like that would happen. And, anytime there's a new division introduced, it always stirs up a lot of chaos. All it with wellness, and I'm sure it happened when bikini came. Obviously, Alexis and I were in bodybuilding then, but we were very much so a part of when wellness dropped in because, as y'all know, Alexis started off in bikini. So she is the perfect example of, new division coming, transitioning over. So I don't know if I've said this online before, and it might make somebody upset, and that's okay because we're all entitled to our opinions. And y'all, it's bodybuilding, like it's okay, like it's fine. But as a bikini pro myself, I'm not mad at Fit Model. I feel like when it first was announced, there were some pros that were mad at it. I wasn't mad at it. I was more so thinking of, well, I understand things evolve and progress. I'm not mad at that. But at some point, you do got to hold it, right? So my mind is if you would have held it, then maybe we wouldn't have needed another division. Because here's the thing, and I know someone's going to be really pissed at me, like, bodybuilding is genetic based. Everybody can't do it. Everybody can't play. It's just kind of like everybody can't play basketball. Like if you're 5 feet, like basketball is probably going to be a little bit difficult for me. You feel me? But it's
Yeah.
not everybody can play the game. That's not how it goes in sports.
I mean, I would say everyone can to a certain extent. You can live the
Yes.
lifestyle.
Yes. Hold on, let me backtrack. You can play. It's just that if you're trying to be competitive.
Yeah. Like, basketball's timeline is different because everyone, for the majority, if your parents had the access or you had a ride or whatever, played some kind of something. You were involved in something as a kid. So if we like take sports, like there are parks and rec leagues that you can start playing basketball, baseball, football when you're little. Bodybuilding is not really a thing until you're an adult. Um, in which case, in my opinion, the amateur league is the park and recs team when you're 5 playing basketball.
100%.
Um, so anyone who desires to try, see where they land, you don't know your genetic potential until you push it. So I think anyone can compete at that level. Which is also why there's a difference between the general look of every division at an amateur show versus the pros. And there's levels to it. So, in my opinion, because Fit Model was introduced as an introductory division, bikini is that at the amateur level, in my opinion. I don't think getting on stage with zero muscle makes any sense at all in relation to like the sport of bodybuilding. That doesn't make sense to me. And for Fit Model, you need a base. It's just very similar right now to what the base of amateur bikini is, and the difference tends to be the conditioning level. But I mean, so I wasn't the hugest fan when it was announced because I was like, why?
It was confusing.
Yeah. Um, I get the idea of having an entry level division, sure. But then why do we have pros in that same division? That doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
that negates the entry level thing.
For sure, and that's what I wanna spin the block on again. It's just kind of like, and I have to do a better job at that because obviously, like, whenever we talk bodybuilding, like, I'm thinking about it from, like, pro, you know, rookie pro, and so on. And so when I say everybody can't play, that means everyone's not gonna be a top 10 Olympian. It's not realistic, right? So for me, I was like, okay, fit model, yeah, absolutely, that makes sense for entry level. But my thought process was again, as things evolve, like, how are we going to draw the line? Because let's keep it a buck. And y'all, backstage, you cannot tell the difference between a novice fit model girl and a novice bikini. They look very similar because, like, so for me, it's just been interesting to see, like, how are we going to draw the line? How do we know what's too much? Because at the end of the day, people are throwing out all these things. Nobody knows right now. Nobody knows anything. So we're going to have to be patient with it.
Yeah, I'm most interested to see the pro shows that have bikini and fit model in the same pro show. What do the top placings look like and how are they different?
Mhm.
So that'll be interesting to see this season. But the big talk right now has been this will be the first year of pro divisions in fit model competing to qualify for the Olympia. Um, in which case, as there has been every time that there's been a new pro division introduced, people who have competed in other divisions are switching to fit model. And it's blowing people's minds. Um, and I think as long as the line is kept clear, it's fine. Like,
So I guess the reason why it didn't bother me is because the bikini pros that are switching to fit model are smaller bikini pros. So
yeah,
it makes sense in my brain. It's not like me saying, "Hey guys, I'm going to go to fit model." That would be ridiculous. That would be absolutely ridiculous, right? But I'm like, if you really pay attention to it, I'm like, that makes sense because they are smaller. It's like I get Janet was an Olympia winner. Janet's smaller.
yeah,
Jessica Wilson, she's smaller. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. These aren't yoked bikini girls that are dropping down.
yeah. And they're still going to have to figure out how to make their physique fit the different criteria.
I
Same
got
as
one of
like
them.
when wellness came out, a lot of bikini went up to
Mhm,
wellness and a lot of figure came down to wellness.
mhm.
Um, what did figure struggle with? Struggle with bringing their upper bodies down. What did bikini struggle with? Bringing their lower bodies up. So the change is going to be different. Some of the bikini pro switching might need to like try to downsize even more, which is difficult once you have dense muscle. So as long as criteria is followed, I think it's fine. Um, with that saying, I think there's going to be a buffer period of like, what do we
Oh
want
yeah.
here? Like, if you look back at 2020 wellness, it's not what it is today
I personally think I think fit model is going to take a little bit longer to figure out.
because it's so similar.
It's so similar. Like there is nothing similar with bikini and wellness. Either you are or you aren't. But with fit model and bikini, I think it's just going to take a little bit time. And here's the thing: no coach knows. Okay. So if a coach is saying, "Oh yeah, I know," they don't know. No one's going to know. It's like we have to give it a full year for us to actually see. But even still, just because some bikini pros are coming down, they still might not be the look, y'all. Like there's still a criteria.
Yeah. Some of the benefit that those girls have, they've been in, like the ones that are switching have been in it for a hot minute. So they do remember when bikini first came out and was what the criteria is
Mhm,
for fit model now. Um, but like getting back to that and bringing that to fruition on stage is just going to be different.
mhm. I'm curious to see what fit model will look like in the future because obviously you don't want they can't have too much density, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, obviously, like if you're training over time, the density it just comes with training. So I'm just
Well, I
thinking,
think
like,
that's part of the idea of it being entry level, like staying in it long term probably isn't as possible, but it's also density's not you're not going to see the density as much with body fat.
True,
and
true,
it's
true.
not as low of a
Yeah.
body fat percentage look. Also, side note, I keep getting the message of what, like, just in the realm of, I think it's everyone's thinking about competing this year and making their plans and stuff, and like the big question that I keep getting in my messages is what is the body fat percentage, whether it's for bikini or wellness or
Oh,
like, I'm like, y'all, first of all, there's not really a number. Like those numbers are very arbitrary. Um, it's extremely difficult to measure body fat percentage like consecutively and make it accurate because it depends on so many variables. How much water you drank the night before, how much water you drank during the day, are you fasted, did you have sips, did you have whole liter, like how much sleep did you get? All of those things come into play when you're measuring with all of the different tools that we have to measure. Ultimately, it comes down to a look. So whether you're 5% body fat, 10% body fat, 8% body fat, the judges don't know.
don't know. And then
And some people on stage are going to have a higher body fat percentage and still look better than the leaner person. And
yeah,
then, of course,
especially
you
if
can
they
be
have
too lean.
muscle. Yeah, if you have muscle, then yeah, because it's going to push up against the skin. So they might, it's going to be a different look. I couldn't tell you what my body fat percent. That's not even anything I think about.
Yeah. I either go down that rabbit hole when people ask, or I just pick a number because, and then I say the number doesn't matter. Like, maybe this, I don't know. I've never measured.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, like as you evolve, like it's just like you said, it's going to be a look. It's never going to be the same anytime, anyway. But I am curious and cannot wait to see how this is going to go. I am interested in seeing girl power because I just feel like there's going to be a lot of athletes there because it's an all female show. And so I think that'll be a really good show to kind of get like a good bird's eye view of what it's going to look like. Does Pittsburgh Pro have fit model? They have to have fit model.
I would think, let me look. I don't know. He just
I'm not
posted
sure.
about it yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look because I don't think I'm trying to think what's the first I don't even know what the first shows are that are coming up that have it. Maybe we should check that out. Hold on,
I know that
guys.
there's not very many.
Okay, that's right. The Japan show. That's February 28th. So that'll be the first ever fit model show. And then Taiwan Pro April 5th. So we don't get anything in the States until Wasatch, April 18th.
Okay. I don't see fit model listed on here when I'm going through his
Same.
video. He didn't talk about, oh, wait, yeah. It's at the Pittsburgh Pro.
Okay. Oh, they have it at New York too.
That makes sense because they try to include the majority of the divisions. Also, let's touch on this hot topic that I've been seeing. Most people who listen are not women's bodybuilding. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but there's, as women, we tend to be um, involved or hear or support or
Right.
deny or whatever. Um, I think there's even less women's bodybuilding shows this year as far as pro shows. Um, I know they took it out of New York,
Tampa?
Pittsburgh. I think they took it out of Tampa and
Yeah.
Chicago, and replaced it with. I saw that a couple shows have pro fitness, um,
Oh,
which has lacked in the past. Um, and there's a lot of upset over that. But I can also say the shows that I have seen in the past that have women's bodybuilders have like 5 competitors. So, one, if you're so you have to promote your division, whether it's posing seminars or going to meet and greets and getting people to like whatever division that you're competing in because fans make a business and ultimately it's a business. So like I was going to say earlier with the fit model, like I wasn't a fan of the division muscularity and all of that, but as a business decision I get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Same.
Same with a promoter removing a division from their show. So For a show promoter to have a pro division, they have to pay like fees to the IFBB to host whatever division. So each division, there's a fee. Why would you? And then pros don't pay an entry fee. So like for whatever wellness shows that I'm doing, the Arnold committee pays the IFBB to have the Arnold offer the wellness pro division. I don't pay the Arnold to go compete there. So if there's not fans that my division is selling tickets to, there's no recomp on that fee. Does that make sense? Like you're not making your money back.
Yeah.
So if there's 5 women's bodybuilders on a show and they've paid X amount and each person is mom and dad and friend is there, that ain't enough money to cover the fees. I don't know the numbers exactly of what the fees are, but I can tell you it's more than 15 tickets. So whatever division you're in, it's very important to make sure that bodybuilding stays alive because it's your livelihood. If you're going to be a pro and make money from the sport, you have to have a sport that brings in money.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the hard truth of it. Like same thing, like fit model was extremely confusing to me, but from a business, like I get it. And I'm like, yeah, that'll bring in a lot of people, a lot of people, absolutely. Women's bodybuilding. I'm like, dang, like I'm thinking about the pros who are already here, right? Like they've done all the work, they put all the hard work in, and now they don't have as many shows. I'm like, dang, that sucks. But from a business standpoint, we all like when you go to a national show, we all know bikini, deep, wellness, deep, fit model, deep. Why? Because those are the ones that just seem the most realistic to the majority of a newcomer. Women's bodybuilding just seems so like
Yeah,
so far not obtainable. Like, oh my gosh, how do I ever get there? So I get why it's not packed with a lot of athletes. It's hard.
yeah, and it's not a look that every woman wants. It's a very
Yeah,
niche look as far as what people in general think looks cool. Outside of the bodybuilding realm, not many people have the capacity to appreciate what it takes to get to that
for
level of
sure.
muscularity. So you have to educate somehow. Show them, have a
Yeah.
YouTube. Like in this day and age, you can't just rely on people appreciate what I do. Like that doesn't make money.
And that's how I always explain it to people because I'm just kind of like, I always have the mindset of if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. It's like, no, I don't desire to be a women's bodybuilder. But let me tell you something because I do compete, obviously, I don't look like that. I understand the hard work and the discipline that that takes.
Yeah.
That's respect. Like, you don't have to desire to look like someone and not be and still respect, yo, kudos to you because that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. And I can say being in the sport and like coming up from nobody, don't know what I'm doing to like figuring it out. There's one women's bodybuilder that I actually learned information from. And that's Michaela. Like
Love Michaela.
which I think it seems to be like a culture within that division to like hunker down and do the old school thing, which is fine. Um, but there has to be attention to the areas that are going to grow the division, or it's not going to grow.
Not gonna grow at all. I just, like I said, it just breaks my heart because again, it has nothing to do with what I desire. But I mean, it sucks when something you've been working at so hard and all of a sudden you can see it. I actually said to Michaela, I don't know, last year is like, is women's bodybuilding about to be gone? Because that's what it looks like. It
Yeah,
looks like it's
and
about
like
to be
we kind of
phased
went through
out.
this phase a while ago, and then it was even taken out of the Olympia.
Hmm.
Um, and then there was work to bring it back, but that work has to continue. And I hear, oh, like it's on the federation. The federation has to support us, yes, but the federation also has to have payoff in return.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not only on the federation, unfortunately, it's on the athletes that bring in funds, just like any other sport. Football,
Oh yeah.
basketball, the people who sell the tickets get paid the most.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's like, dang. It's just business, and that's something that I always remind myself of too, just like within the sport of bodybuilding, because I get it, we love it, we put our hearts in it, but sometimes I think we take things personally. We have to understand at the end of the day, it's all business and numbers. That's it. That's what it boils down to. That's why we have Fit Model. It's going to bring in a lot of athletes, and it has brought in a lot of athletes. And I'm sure they're probably already weighing it out. And they're like, if we have to choose between Fit Model Pro and Women's Bodybuilding Pro, we're going to go with Fit Model because that's what everybody is doing right now.
Yeah, so, like, you just have to find your lane, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be, like, what's popular, it just has to be what people are interested in. So whether it's, like, giving out free information or just talking on a podcast like Amber and I are doing, we just babble half the time.
Yeah.
Um, but when questions do come up, we can answer them. Um, give people a little bit more insight on what our divisions do, the areas that we have understanding and expertise in. And then that grows the knowledge, and then that trickles down. And then you have people who I've had messages from moms that are like, I don't compete, but I listen to your podcast. Okay, well,
Mhm.
that's at least grown the knowledge. So then when they come in contact with someone who does compete or wants to compete, they at least can share.
Yeah. This one client that I have, well, it's so funny you said that. I did her makeup and hair for a pageant in South Carolina. And she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I don't bodybuild. I don't have any desire, but I listen to you and Alexis podcast. I was like, what?
Yeah, and some
Pageant
people
lady
it's just like
listens?
they don't want to do it, but they like the sport. Like I
Yeah.
don't play football, but I watch football on
Yeah.
TV.
I've had some
Um,
like YouTube subscriber tell me that because y'all know I do beauty and bodybuilding on my YouTube channel. She's like, "Girl, I watch all your prep stuff. I ain't doing it, but it's fascinating."
yeah, exactly. So like whatever your division is, make sure that you're putting back into the pot
hmm
because if you're not putting into it, there's nothing to take back out.
And let me give you game real quick. You fit model girlies, get on it right now. Like, y'all, now is the time. Capitalize on it. If you got a homie that's in fit model, do a podcast with her. If you're on YouTube, make a fit model YouTube, like show your prep, do all the things
Yeah,
because everybody has eyes on it right now. Because think about it, there are some other girls out there who maybe have been thinking about it and they're like, nope, bikini, they have too much muscle. And here's the other thing, too. I get why girls like fit model. Again, just like I don't want to look like a women's bodybuilder, there are some girls that don't want to look like a bikini girly because it's too much muscle for them, and that's fine. So go ahead, get on it, put all the stuff out there. You never know what's going to happen because that's the other thing, too. Like, I always remind people that unless you're like top 10 men's open, you're not making money competing. Okay. However, find your thing within it. That's what Alexis and I have done. Find your thing within it, and you can have a business within that. So start using this also as like your business and your advertising for whatever else that you may want to do within the sport.
yes.
I don't really have anything else outside of that. Yeah, just rambling. And I don't know. I don't want anyone's I know someone's gonna get their feelings hurt, and that's fine. It's inevitable. It's just like
Yeah,
y'all, we
and
don't
like
we
if
don't hate fit model. We're just like
no.
saying our thoughts.
And that goes to say like if one that gets people talking and that gets comments going and that gets engagement.
Yeah.
But
I do want to say something though with Fit Model because this is the thing that irritates me with it. Fit Model, Tyler never said it was a natural division.
mm-mm.
Tyler never said it was
There
natural.
is that option.
There is that option. There are natural shows. Do I think it's necessary? No. But if you think girls aren't going to try to expedite some things, you are out of your mind.
It's still bodybuilding.
Because I know that's the issue with, like, oh, bikini, like, I can't compete with that. The girls taking all the things. Okay, I understand. Yes. But if you don't think it's going to happen in fit model, that is naive. Is your when does your posing schedule shut down? Because I was trying to tell somebody the other day, but I was like, wait a second, I don't know.
Um I think honestly I have through February posted
Okay.
And then it'll be closed the week of the Arnold. Other than if you're competing at the Arnold, we can meet there. I have a couple girls doing the Arnold Amateur, but um, otherwise, I probably won't have bookings that week. And then I may take a few the week like the third week of March. So March will be skimpy um, because we have the Arnold at the beginning of March and then the Arnold at the end of March. So
Perfect.
between travel and prepping and peak weeks, um, it'll be a little bit more limited. But all of February is posted if you need to book posing. I'll have what will be available in March posted here soon. Um, Taking coaching clients through the 28th of February and then cutting it off until I get through the two Arnolds as far as like onboarding new competitors. Posing seminar, well, this won't be posted yet, but if you come and see me at the posing seminar tomorrow, we'll have a lot of fun. And I think those are the main things.
Okay, cool. I have a stage glam webinar on February 15th. So if you want to learn how to do your own makeup for show, you can do that. Warning, if you are not a makeup girly at all, meaning you don't wear any makeup, you don't have a lot, this is not for you. I always like to warn girls, like, you do need to have a little bit of skill because you might not understand some things off the basic foundations. But Maria, she's actually going to be my model for that, Maria Acosta. And then I'm going to be doing glam for Charlotte Pro because it's 8 minutes from my house. I will be there doing that. And then we will be announcing the location for our KH Customs Pose Suits and Glam seminar in Orlando very soon.
Yeah, should be this week.
This week? Okay. That's what I thought. And that's it, y'all. Of course, if you want us to touch on anything, I was going to say email us, DM our Instagram, the Girl Gainz podcast, and we'll chat with you next week.
Bye, guys.